I've heard this objection of like, well, if my people have big brands and they're out there, then competitors will come and snipe them, right? So to kind of like inverse that, there's a story I heard. I was talking to this gal who's leading marketing, and she's like, our CEO doesn't want anybody to have a personal brand, doesn't want anybody to post on LinkedIn. And I said, okay, why? And she continued to explain to me that their business is consultants, like they're experts in this field, but he doesn't want the field to know he has the best experts because then they would leave. And I'm like, think of it the opposite way. What if the entire market knew this company had the best insights, thought leaders, people, expertise, whatever? Like inbound would be crazy. Like you wouldn't even have to do outbound marketing to the extent you're doing it today. It would just happen. And so view it as like, you can view your employees as a channel. You can view them as a channel, but you have to do it right because it's a give, if it's a give get. And just like what we've been talking about before, you have to give first. So at Gong, what I'm going to explain was built and compounded over time. And I hate that this framework has 3 E's because it makes it sound so marketing, but I was writing it out. I'm like, damn it, they all start with an E. So it's you got to educate, empower, and equip. Okay, so educate. Everyone that starts at Gong has 2 sessions as part of their whole onboarding. One's with our CMO. It's our marketing strategy. Here's what we do, why we do it. He primes them with, hey, we have this monthly Gong Labs research study. Devin Reed writes it. He's going to ask you to engage the morning it goes live. Completely optional. Here's why it's important. Okay, cool. Sounds good. A lot of people already kind of know who I am, this whole marketing thing. So they're like, it's not brand new. Then there's another session that I set up with I used to run it. Now I have my team run it, which is, hey, here's how to use LinkedIn. General best practices, all about you. If you want to build an audience or just post and not embarrass yourself, because that actually isn't, people are kind of worried about that sometimes. Here's kind of just like general guidelines. So it's complete give, like priming, and then I'm giving, right? So now everyone goes into their day job and they know Gong's on LinkedIn and why and how. Then you get to empower. This one's a little trickier for most companies because empowering is, well, I'm nervous to post because my boss doesn't post, our CEO isn't active, no one really is active. Like I'm kind of afraid to be the first person and get judged. So we, but our senior leadership leads by example. Some post often, some post once in a while, but they're all proponents of their employees posting. You know what I mean? No one's against it. And so that like opens up the potential objections or the kind of blockage of preventing people from doing it. And the last one is equip. And that's where it goes back to that kind of training. And we do some like kind of ad hoc ones. I want to get more programmatic about it, but we'll do ad hoc trainings of kind of like, hey, it's been a few months. Like if you want to get some LinkedIn training, here it is. And I'll jump on and teach people the ins and outs. But when it comes for the ask that, hey, we have a funding announcement or a Gong Labs or this big partnership, and we really want to activate our employees. That's what we call it. We call it Gongster activation. You can call it employee activation. But what we do is there's kind of a 3-pronged approach. One, we have a 1-page Google Doc. Here's what the announcement is. Here's why it's super important. Here's why we need your help. 3 prompts. First one is like fill in the blanks. Second one is copy and paste. Third one is like a real prompt where you can kind of go nuts and do your own thing. Images and video if and when applicable. So then when you get the ask for prong 2 or 3, which is via email and via Slack, like in a group channel here, here's this doc. So you're like, oh, cool. We have a partnership. I had no idea. Click the doc. Oh, cool. I can copy and paste. It's like a 30 to 60 second process. Boom, they post and we're off to the races. So now imagine if 100 people do that. And imagine on the low end, you get 2,000 organic free views per person. So you're getting thousands of marketing impressions for free. And again, you just do this over and over and over. You get to the point where I said to you, Mark, to start, was like, I feel like I know that company. Feels like a really cool place to work. Hey, I actually don't just want to buy Gong. Maybe I want to go work there too.